Data is everywhere, and it's growing at an exponential rate. The term big data is a buzzword, and it's been coined to describe the immense volumes of structured and unstructured data. In other words, it refers to the humongous volume of data that can't be effectively processed with traditional applications. Today's digital universe consists of more than 2.7 zettabytes of data. It's projected to grow to 180 zettabytes by 2025. That's ginormous and scary because much of it consists of information gleaned from our web browsing and other personal activities. It could become a tsunami that washes away our privacy, or it could be a measured flow of information that respects human beings while providing businesses with valuable insights. We wanted to know more, so we went to the Big Data 3 event at Galvanize to learn just how modern data is being used and how it's going to be used in the near future.
Today we are at Galvanize in SOMA, SF, which is a technological educational community. It could be described as an educational community. So there's everything from boot camps to startup hubs to events and meetups just like this one.
We have many, many events. In 2017 we had over 500 events here in this space, so lots of stuff going on.
Galvanize seems to be a popular place for gathering people and hosting events.
2 weeks ago we had a workshop for data scientists, people who were interested in learning Python by studying the naive Bayes algorithm implemented in Python by one of our data science instructors, and that was very well attended. I think we had over 160, 170 people in the theater, and that was quite a nice event. No cost. We just set this up and presented the event to build the community, and then we have some events as well that are hosted annually. So every year in the first week of February, we have a hackathon with hundreds of developers that come and spend Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday building software and presenting it to a team of panelists and potentially winning some prizes. Really lots and lots of stuff going on, and we do have a calendar online that I would encourage people to check out.
Now you know where you can meet cool specialists and make some new tech friends. So let's proceed to our topic. Just imagine, for example, how much data the so-called Web 4.0, otherwise known as the Internet of Things, is going to generate.
IoT is really enabling us to just collect so much more data. So when we talk about big data, a lot of the biggest data sets are IoT based because they're measuring perhaps down to the second or to the minute the operation of something.
Times are a-changin', opening up new horizons, and not only with respect to the Internet of Things.
Historically, they weren't really connected, but now that everyone has a smartphone and we have more applications, those applications are, amassing massive amounts of data that they weren't in 1995. People didn't have dozens of apps on their smartphone with, all their different social media applications and stuff like that. And so that coupled with also the industrial Internet of Things, so factories are taking advantage of what IoT can bring to their factories. So things like predictive maintenance, predicting when machines are going to fail before they do. These are things that just couldn't happen 10 years ago, and they're just starting to happen now.
According to a study by Gartner, the revenue that is generated from IoT-enabled services and products will exceed $300 billion by 2020. That's just the tip of the iceberg. In today's world, and in the world of tomorrow, that data is going to be extremely valuable.
And it's giving a lot of opportunity, I think, for companies to collect data about their product out in the ecosystem or how consumers are using products. And dealing with IoT data in a streaming way or connecting it with business problems is definitely a challenge right now. There's a lot of diversity in the ecosystem of hardware and how that hardware actually collects that data. But it's also a huge opportunity for companies to get a bigger, wider view of their ecosystem and their world.
Every enterprise needs to understand what big data can do.
Today's event features a few speakers in the realm of data science, and it's put on by Data Economy Media from Germany. And it's really about bridging business and technology, so bringing together people who are really excited about data science.
The potential for data-driven marketing, creating solutions to sales-related problems, is tremendous.
Frankie, we're changing production.
Much of the insight provided by digital data can also be used to improve general customer service and engagement strategies.
We can't wait to retire.
Well, there's only going to be more of it, but I think also there's been a little bit of hype about the fact that, somehow you need big data to be able to get value out of data. And the truth is still a lot of the value that's left to be mined, particularly in, legacy companies, is really in the small data. Your basic transactions of sales, customers, what are they doing, what are you shipping, what are you buying, what are you spending on, those sorts of things.
Still, in spite of all the opportunities, a lot of challenges remain.
How do you know you have missing data? That's an interesting question as well. It's really about testing, honestly, going back with your customer and doing unit testing to make sure, historical back testing, so you know what the right answer was, and seeing if your application is handling that correctly, with basically when you know what the answer is, because like I said, how do you know if data is missing if you don't know what the data set looks like? So yeah, it depends on the application, I would say.
There are issues not only with missing data, but also with too much hype. Everyone wants to be in the middle of things, but it's not that simple.
I think it's just going to continue to get hot. I think one of the issues that I see in data science is everybody wants to jump to be a data scientist without maybe thinking that, a lot of the entry-level roles where you would get that type of data science experience is really starting as an analyst or something like that. So I think we might see some kind of leveling out of expectations around what the data science kind of career path looks like. But I think there's still going to be more demand for data scientists than there are real data scientists with the experience to practice. I think also as we see more and more people enter the field, you'll have more room for people to specialize rather than companies looking for the one data scientist that can do everything, which at this moment is really hard to compete for and find those people.
The term big data analytics means using advanced analytic techniques to deal with very large, diverse data sets from different sources, ranging in sizes all the way from terabytes to zettabytes. Artificial intelligence, mobile computing, social websites, and the Internet of Things are already driving data collection and will continue to do so. So what can we expect in the near future?
In the next couple of years or so, we're just going to see more and more probably standardized ways to deal with that flow of data and to layer it together with different types of data. So certain things that are usually processed in batch, and then other types of data that are usually processed streaming or on the edge. I think there's going to be a lot more technology coming to more easily integrate those things together for value. It encompasses statistical thinking, it encompasses in some cases market research, operations research. It really entails a lot of data engineering, data cleaning, and then analytics, and in some cases machine learning. But I think it really sort of depends on the organization and the goals, what you might define as that combination. But it's often a team of people with different skills rather than a specific set of skills.
Big data is not only about smartphones, computers, televisions, and businesses. There are bigger things ahead.
I would say the industrial Internet of Things is a big one. We're going to see a lot more factories using IoT with big data. People that don't are going to be left in the dust. They're not going to be competitive. Also, just everyone's connected nowadays. That's exploding, just smartphones and stuff. And the final one I would say is, like abstract science, space exploration types of stuff. We've had a few interesting case studies, like we're doing solar storm prediction. So stuff that the average person probably doesn't think about. Those are things that, hopefully we can find the next Earth using these kinds of technologies. So.
Advanced analytics can now examine previously unavailable data sources, gaining new insights. Analysts, researchers, and businesses are all making better and faster decisions by using this data. At WowTech Now, we believe that this trend will continue to expand as the available data continues to increase. The question that remains is only whether and when this uncontrolled information flow will be restricted by rules and regulations related to privacy. We'll wait to find out the answer.
My name is Connor McNicholas.
Nikki Hallgrimsdotter.
Olivia Walter.
Sharif Abushadi
For WowTech Now.
How about you? While you're waiting, make sure you subscribe to this channel. That way, you won't miss out on the answer and other awesome videos to come. Let us know you enjoyed this by hitting the like button. And don't forget, share this video with your friends. Remember, this tech is now. Wow!